And then I called my mom and I said, okay, so Selina, my elder daughter, she was accepted to the hospital and we're going to stay there for a while. At the time, she called her friend who is a nurse and her brother who's a doctor. They said, okay, probably Anna is not telling you everything. So since she is coughing and she was accepted in the hospital, she might die very soon. And they called me, Anna, we got lost. What do you see? I said, I see a 7-Eleven. I say,
Wow.
awesome. Yeah, one of 10,000 7-Elevens, you know, within walking distance from my home. I said,
There's some word in Chinese here.
yeah, some words in Chinese. What else do you see that you can read? Family Mart.
Hello everyone, Amadeus here. I'm today with a new video, and today I'm gonna introduce you Anna, who has been to Taiwan 16 years.
That's right. Hello, everyone.
And so what keeps you here for 16 years?
Okay, a lot of things actually.
Really?
So you're probably curious what I'm doing here,
Yeah.
even that kept me for so long. So it's probably my job because I really like my job. One of my jobs is being a translator, interpreter for Chinese and Polish languages.
You really do this?
Yes,
Nice.
that's one of my greatest passions. And apart from that, I also, maybe some of your audience have seen me before on TV because I've been working on WTO 姐妹会 TV program for the last over a decade actually.
Wow,
Yeah, that's been quite a time. And then again, I'm also running my social media, so I'm experiencing a lot of different stuff every single day.
But let's come back, okay, 16 years ago you arrived to Taiwan, and you were studying Chinese before, or you?
No, I came here with basically no knowledge of Chinese. I could only say like 你好,谢谢, and I came here to pursue my degree in Chinese.
So how did you imagine Taiwan before you come here?
Actually, I came here for a short trip before, and I really liked it. That's why I decided to come here and pursue my degree in Chinese.
So any funny stories with your family in Taiwan?
Maybe not really funny, but there was a little misunderstanding in the past. So I have two daughters.
Okay.
One of them happened, to be sick once in the past. I mean, it wasn't like any severe sickness, so she was coughing for a very long time. And our usual pediatrician, he said, okay, it's been going on for too long. Why don't you go to the hospital to have an X-ray and check up?
Because of the cough?
Yeah, because of the cough, because it had been going on for about a month. So it's a little bit too long for a 4-year-old kid. She's not smoking or anything, so it was
hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah, so so I took her to the hospital for the X-ray, and the doctor at the hospital said, okay, so we would advise you, we would recommend you stay in a hospital to do some inhalations, probably. We could also do it at home, but he advised us to stay in a hospital to have it done in a proper medical way.
Oh, okay.
So
also they can monitor her.
Yeah. So, for a parent, it was kind of, wise to follow the doctor's advice.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Especially if you live in Taiwan, like Taiwanese people tell you go to the doctor, like, yeah, why not?
Yeah, everyone goes to the doctor on a regular basis.
Yeah.
It's not like a big life event, but you go to a doctor or to a hospital for a checkup. So, okay, the doctor advised that my daughter, she should stay in a hospital. And I said, okay, right, so we're moving to the hospital for a week. And then I called my mom and I said, okay, so Selina, my elder daughter, she was accepted to the hospital and we're going to stay there for a while. So what my mom did at the time, she called her friend who is a nurse in a hospital and her brother who's a doctor, asking what this could be. And they said, okay, probably Anna is not telling you everything. So since she is coughing and she was accepted in the hospital, she might die very soon.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, she's on her deathbed and she's going to pass out very soon. You should consider going to Taiwan to say goodbye to your granddaughter.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so my mom, having heard that, she started looking for flight tickets and everything, preparing her, to come to Taiwan, probably to join my daughter's funeral.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But I was busy at the time. I had no idea what was going on in Poland. I was busy taking care of my daughter. So when I had a moment, I called her and she was crying. I was asked, what's going on? They said, oh, Selina is going to die. I was like, what the hell? I said, what are you talking about? I said, oh, I've talked to auntie, I talked to uncle, and they said the situation is very severe, that she was accepted to the hospital and she's probably gonna die. She's not gonna make it. I was like, why? Why did they tell it to you? oh, why are you lying to me? You know, so the whole drama was going on, and I was like,
Yeah.
like seriously, I'm busy with my kid. Why should I be also busy with my mom who's pregnant for no reason? I said,
Yeah.
nothing is wrong with her. I can send you the X-ray of her lungs, so you can show it around to everyone and
Yeah.
see if I'm lying or not. So I sent her the the electronic version of the X-ray, and everyone saw it and said, okay. Then why she was accepted to the hospital? I said, okay, because in Taiwan, people get healed in the hospital.
Yeah.
They're not, in the state of agony to keep them alive for a few weeks longer. It's just, a regular medical procedure that you move into the hospital to
Yeah.
get your health better.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, but it's, in Europe, I think people maybe think it's something very serious if you stay in hospital. In Taiwan, hospital is like a hotel with the doctors.
Yeah,
like
that's
a mother center.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So it was something really unthinkable for them
Oh,
at the
right.
time.
Lots of foreigners actually think that Taiwanese are nice, but a bit nosy, right?
Yeah, like guanxin kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I also thought at the beginning that it's
今天好冷哦，要穿多衣服。
yeah, but at the point I was thinking, okay, do they think that I'm stupid? But I don't feel, I look through the window and I see it's raining. So when it's raining, and then it's natural that you take an umbrella with you.
Yeah.
If you already see it's raining, right?
I think so.
If it's not raining and you tell someone to take an umbrella, okay, then I would call it, oh, maybe it's kind of guanxin. True. So it also was true for my mom when she came here a couple of years ago, and the weather was really horrible. It was about 15, 16 degrees. It was raining cats and dogs.
Okay.
The wind was blowing. It was horrible weather for Taipei. But it's pretty much what summer looks in my hometown.
Yeah, exactly.
So my mom was wearing sandals all the way through.
Holiday mood.
Yeah, so everyone, I'm speaking about numbers like 15, 16, maybe 17 people a day coming to us saying, oh, please tell your mom it's cold. Make her wear proper shoes. From my European point of view, it would be like, okay, she wore wrong shoes. Now we are outdoor.
Yeah.
There's nothing we can do about it, right?
Yeah.
If she really cannot stand the cold and the
True.
weather, she might go and buy new shoes, and
Yeah.
she can make the decision herself.
Yeah.
But
Plastic Taiwan is super
Yeah.
convenient. Like you have like everywhere you can buy
Yeah.
something.
yeah, but in case she doesn't feel cold, and you come and tell her it's cold, it's also kind of a little bit awkward to us. But over and over time, I realized that it's actually a very, very good thing in Taiwanese because they care enough to come over and tell you. But there might be something you could do to make
Yeah.
your situation a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah.
And I think it's a really, really good feature. Like recently we had a very big news in Poland, but there was a girl, 14 years old girl,
Yeah.
who fainted in the middle of a town, in front of a shop,
In the winter.
in winter.
Like
yeah.
real winter.
Like-
Poland has winters.
Yeah.
This is not winter.
Yeah,
this
like-
is summer now here.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the for your audience so that they are not really worried about
Yeah.
what I'm wearing. So that's why I'm wearing a sweater. Yeah, but it was not a proper winter, snow everywhere, minus I don't know how many degrees. Yeah, and the girl fainted in the snow in the middle of the town,
Yeah.
and no one cared enough to help her, and the girl froze to death.
Yes, it's true story.
Yeah, so when you come to think about it, that we care, but we wouldn't want maybe to interrupt someone,
Yeah.
and then again
Or maybe she's some
Yeah.
junkie or something, or maybe like
True.
somebody took drugs or
Yeah.
alcohol.
yeah.
But it doesn't bother really to ask. You ask
True.
and everything's fine.
Yeah, it won't hurt you to ask
Yeah.
if someone needs help. If they don't
Yeah.
need help, they'll just say, I don't need help. So I think that's one of the features that people in Europe could actually really learn from Taiwanese.
So your parents had like adventure and say they love the night market, right? Like, and in the
Oh,
end, they
yeah.
want to go themselves.
I would say they're quite adventurous for their age. They're over 60, they travel the world in their free time. But they don't really speak any languages apart from Polish. When they come here, they basically speaking, they rely on me like 100%. But there's one time they felt adventurous. So they said, okay, we're going to visit Ningxia night market by ourselves. I said, are you sure? Do you know the way? I said, of course, we've been there a million times.
Okay.
Very good to go. I said, okay, just make sure to take your phones in case you need me, just call me. Okay, so they left home. So after some 30 minutes, they call me. I was thinking, okay, maybe they want to buy something at night market, maybe they need some
Translation.
assistance. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they call me, Anna, we got lost. I was thinking, how the hell could you get lost? Because the place I used to live, you go out through the front door, you turn left, you go straight ahead, and it's Ningxia night market. Like literally, there is nothing. You don't need to turn. You just go straight for long enough.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you see night market. If you don't see night market, you're not there yet.
Yeah.
That's all.
And you're gonna hear it from the distance.
Yes, and smell it as well.
Yeah.
So no, they tell me they got lost.
Okay.
I was like, okay, then tell me, where are you? And they say, okay, what do you see? I see a 7-Eleven. I say,
Wow.
awesome. Yeah, one of 10,000 7-Elevens, you know, within walking different distance from my home. I say,
There's some word in Chinese here.
yeah, some words in Chinese. What else do you see that you can read? Family Mart. I was like, awesome.
There's a yellow taxi passing by.
Yeah, pretty much this kind of thing. I was like, could you please look for something bigger, or at least something with English words on it, so that you can spell it to me and I can try to figure out where you are. Okay, so we'll take a walk and we'll call you in a moment. So, you know, 3 minutes later, there's a cinema. I was like, well, the hell is cinema nearby my home? And then I realized, okay, it was 30 minutes, so it's not nearby my home. So I had to open Google Maps, see where's the, let's say, nearest cinema.
Okay.
And then, you know, I said, okay, I kind of have an idea where you are, so stay in a place and I'm going to take you from there on.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm still very proud of them, but they took the adventure and didn't
so.
stop them from exploring.
No, I think so. That's
Yeah.
like that's the most beautiful. Actually, that's the best part of the traveling. If you're like
True.
you know alone, you're facing the unknown.
True.
The best part. If people want to find you on social media, where should they look for you?
波兰安娜.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can
So-
find me on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah. Make sure you subscribe to her YouTube channel and follow her on Instagram. Thank you very much for the video.
Thank you for having me today.
Yeah, that
it was
great.
a pleasure.
Thank you. Okay. And also make sure you subscribe to my channel. I will see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.